Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca Marino and I am a soul mentor here to guide you back to the magic within your soul. Day 27. Who's at fault? I heard this Chinese proverb the other day and it goes like this. He who blames others has a long way to go. He who blames himself is halfway there. He who blames no one has arrived. What I hear from that proverb is that everything I'm talking about, everything I'm pointing to, isn't about blame. And I know it can sound that way sometimes because I say we create our reality. If you want to change something, that job is yours. You need to change it from the inside out. So it does sound like I'm saying, well, it's your fault, this awful thing that's happening to you is because you created it. So it can kind of become this thing where you've blamed everyone your entire life and then you suddenly start blaming yourself. Or you've already blamed yourself and this just makes it worse. So I just want to be very, very clear that it isn't about assigning blame. There isn't about pointing the finger and assigning blame. Nobody's at fault. There isn't blame going on. So what's happening is we're getting these experiences in life, circumstances happen, life happens, and we filter it through the gift of our own thinking, our own personal separate realities. It gets filtered through that. And so we label it as good or bad or horrible or whose fault it is or all of that's happening regardless. That's happening whether we know it or not. And so when I say, be the change you want to be the change you want to see in the world, when I say that and go within and look within and change from the inside out, it's not blaming, it's looking inside without judgment at the stories that could potentially be creating your reality. Everyone has stories, everyone has a narrative that is creating their realities. And so when we wake up to those stories, what happens is they don't have a hold on us as much as they used to. They kind of fall away, they fall apart like a thread that you pull out of a knitted jumper. Once you pull one out, the whole thing unravels. So the stories can't hold themselves when you look at them, when you think, okay, this is just a story. Can I let it go? Can I park it for a bit? And from that space, that's where real sustainable change happens. That's where magic happens, where you realize that there is actually no one to blame. It's not God's fault that your life is the way it is. It's not your fault and it's not other people's fault. You're not the victim, you're not the hero. It's like a game that we're playing. So when we realize that no one is actually at fault, it sets us free and it allows us to freely create the things we want to create. It allows us to freely and non-judgmentally look inside ourselves with love and compassion, to look at other people, to see other people with love and compassion, that okay, they're just feeling their thinking in the moment and I'm just feeling my thinking in the moment. And so if nobody's to blame, it's a lot easier to just be you, however you are, however you show up in each moment. And if that is you, feeling your best and feeling great and loving life, then great, fantastic. And if that's you not feeling so great and maybe shouting at your kids or having an argument at work or whatever, however that shows up for you, that's okay too. And it isn't justifying any types of behavior that may, upset other people. It's just saying that it's okay. You can let yourself off the hook and you can forgive. That space of forgiveness for yourself and for others will genuinely set you free. So today I invite you to play around with forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself, but if you can as well, forgiving others. Um, but forgiving yourself is more important because at the end of the day, we are all one. So once we start with ourselves, which is the main starting point, so once we start with forgiving ourselves, the rest of the world is forgiven because there is that universal connection. So I hope there was something helpful in today's video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!